Okay, I was creating this video trying to explain why I think this is one of the best cars I could pick for my use. Okay? That's so the basis for this video comes from that. But while I was making it, and yeah, it's been a project. The Tesla protest started. And one of the Tesla protest themes is sell your car. Okay, so this video is a response to that. And the basic question to you is, whoever it is who's saying I should sell my car, what should I replace this car with? Or have you even thought about that thought? Probably not. Anyway, so that's where this video is going. Is, okay, you want me to sell my car? Is there a better car I could replace it with? No, I get it. What you're really saying is this car is made in Nazi Germany, perhaps? Because some of you said it's a swastika car, right? A swastika car implies that it was made with swastikas, or in other words, not the Nazi regime, which only really existed during World War II, although there's elements of people who go like, but yeah, there's always elements of people who try to say something. Okay? I get it. It's really about you're not happy that Musk is helping Trump. That has nothing to do with this car, does it? I don't think so. I mean, if you have evidence proven otherwise, please let me know. Pretty sure you can't prove it's made in Nazi Germany. Not possible. Okay, whatever. But let's push all that to the side, because that's all politics and emotions. This video is attempting to explain why this vehicle is better than any vehicle you could put forward that I should be driving. Okay? All right, so let's talk something about the comparison criteria, so to speak. So first of all, what is the car? Okay? And this is just a list, okay? I'll get to that later. Car description, comparison route description. Oops. That doesn't make sense, does it? Oh, I guess if you're doing some kind of comparison, right? Okay. Purchase price, energy costs, performance. And usually when I say performance, I'm saying 0 to 60. Yes, I get it. You get there. Those of you who do track and all that stuff. Yeah. 0 to 6 is an easy performance comparison number. Okay, that's why I picked that one. It's just so easy to use. Smog rating. Yeah. Do you guys even have any remembrance of any of that discussion before? Anyway, smog rating is something provided by the government. Maintenance costs. Special setup costs. Yes, there are special setup costs for some vehicles. Absolutely. Government costs. Yes, I live in Texas. They got to pay for those people down the border somehow. Okay. Advanced driver's assistance system. Crash test safety review. Crash test safety? What's that? USA. I live in the United States of America. We tend to go like, well, it should have some US content. And some people are really wrapped around the axles about such things. I'm not against US content. It's just sometimes you have to keep in mind what you're gaining from it. Camp mode. What? Most of you don't even know what that is, right? Other issues to note. Okay. Since I have a big turkey in my life, and I have a grandson, that's kind of a thing to think about. Another summary. Okay? Okay, so Welcome to Big Ray 1. This is my Tesla Model 3. It's a Tesla Model 3. It's a 2024 Tesla Model 3 long range AWD-E, or all-wheel drive electric. It's what people commonly call a Highland refresh Model 3. Yes, it is a dual motor. Long range high voltage battery. Oh, right, okay. So my friend has, it's actually only 2 years old. She has a Model 3 rear-wheel drive, but it has the relatively smaller LFP battery. Okay? So it has less range, yes, but she uses it to drive around in town. That's what she uses it for. She doesn't go anywhere with it. Okay? So it's not a big deal. EPA watt hours per mile, 260. That's what the EPA estimates it to be. EPA range is 341 miles. It's an 82 kilowatt battery, and I believe that's gross as opposed to usable. My actual energy use, 203 watt hours per mile, which is 4.9 miles per kilowatt hour. It has an autopilot computer, AI4. This does have FSD in it. FSD supervised, of course, in this current iteration, 13.2.8. Yes, I'm hoping that it will run Robotaxi software. It has a default color of stealth gray, the default interior of black, has heated seats, ventilated front seats. It has the default wheels, the Photon wheels. The default tires, Hankook Ventus 235/45 R18. It does have a rear passenger display that supports 2 Bluetooth headphones. Yes, I have 2 headphones in the back. That way, Big Turkey can listen to YouTube without bugging me about it. Okay? And yes, there's the other side of she said once, well, I don't have to listen to your music. Okay? Actually, I do videos in my car, so I can't really do music or videos while I'm recording. Okay, so the reason why this shows up is, well, what comparison video would you do? Okay, the comparison route is from my house to the Randalls out on FM 620, or actually 5145 North FM 620, Austin, Texas. Oh no, this is not the route. Okay. I came up with a route comparison, and the purpose of the route comparison was to compare a gas car to an electric car, or multiple cars, on a trip that goes to the Northeast. Okay, it's basically a work commute route. That's what it is. All right. So anyway, this goes from Randall's to HEB up on Parmer and Mopac. Okay, 15 miles each way. So yes, I'm talking about a specific person comparing for, and so the other trips are like Costco and that kind of stuff. And so we're just going to compute what the average energy use would be for a year. Let's say 10,000, or in this scenario, the computed mileage per year would be 10,800 miles. Note the purpose of this comparison is we're not note the purposes, for the purposes of this, we're not using this vehicle to travel more than 100 miles from home. Let's let that sink in just for a moment here. So many people say, "Oh well, if you can't do 300 miles range, I can't drive it." Why? Because yeah, there's not a reason. Okay, this car in its typical use, as defined here, would not go even to LaGrange or Houston. When would you ever do it? It's not that the car is not technically able to, it's just that when would you ever do that? The flip side is this car right here just made a trip to Boston and back. Okay? So, yes, it has the technical abilities. All right, onward, upward. All right, so, Ray, how much did you pay for this luxurious car? Oh, by the way, it used to be when I looked at the crash rate test ratings, they would say it was a premium car, as opposed to luxury being like a Mercedes, BMW. Now they say this is a luxury car. I don't know why they'd change. To me, it's just an ordinary car. Okay, but there it is. So listed price was $48,880. This car was bought out of inventory. They listed it for $43,000. So if you shop around, you can find deals, right? If you're patient. The destination cost was $1,390. Total purchase price was $44,390, which was just barely more than ordering a rear-wheel drive Model 3. That was some similar setup. This car did qualify for the $7,500 tax credit, which I did indeed take. Grandpa, my old Model 3 Performance was traded in, and in the trade-in, I transferred FSD. Okay, that's this car. All right, so Big Gray 1 is averaging, at least at the time of this recording, is averaging 4.9 miles per kilowatt hour. This is in the spring, and we're starting to come up to summertime. It's not going to be quite as good. It's going to be more like a 4.6. Most charging is done at home at 11 cents per kilowatt hour. At 6,800 miles, this works out to $152 cost of energy for the last 5 months. Yeah, just let it sink in a little bit. For the last 5 months, over which we covered 6,800 miles, the energy cost was $152. Okay. It's important to note, if you're looking at DC fast charging, and I use Tesla superchargers, they usually cost about 3 times as much. Okay? And prices do vary around the US. The EPA estimates that the normal 2025 car will get 26 miles per gallon. This works to 243 gallons of gas. With regular leaded at 280, such a car would pay $660 over 6,800 miles. Okay, did you catch that? 243 gallons of gas would cost $680. That's a lot more. Now, $400 more for 6 months. Yeah, okay. But it is a comparison. You can't get away from it. Okay, so when I actually ran the comparison route, it kind of surprised me. Okay, on the comparison route, Big Ray 1 averaged 4.6 miles per kilowatt hour. For 10,800 miles at 4.6 miles per gallon, we should expect 2,347 kilowatt hours per year at a cost of 11 cents. That would be $258.17 per year. Okay, performance. Where did I get that number from? Okay, whatever. 0 to 60 time, 4 seconds. Did you miss it? Yes, 4 seconds. I thought it was supposed to be like 4.5, but okay. That's what I found. Top speed is limited to 125 miles per hour, and yes, that's basically governed. Okay? Is the car capable of going faster than that? Yes, but because it's governed, it won't go past it. It basically comes down to the tires, right? The Model 3 Performance I had, I think its top speed was like 140, something in that range. I mean, when would you ever drive that fast? Okay, whatever. Braking performance seems strangely hard to document. Car and driver did a test and they came back with 133 feet. I'm not quite sure what the parameters were on that, but that's what I have. Okay, the smog rating. So I was trying to do a some kind of rating system, and I didn't want to put too heavy an emphasis on the smog rating. I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't want to go back to Los Angeles in the mid 70s. Okay, that's crazy. Most of you weren't even born back then, right? You were born after that. But if you go back, look for pictures of Los Angeles in the mid 70s, you see how the constant smog cloud over them all the time. Okay, anyway, smog rating on this car, 10. Okay? Okay, so some people are really worried about maintenance costs. And I get it, if you have to change your oil every 4,000 miles, whatever it is you got to change your oil at, you're aware of maintenance. Windshield wipers, $50 per year, self-install. I order my windshield wipers from Tesla. If you go to Walmart, you'll find that they have windshield wipers they say are compatible, but I don't see how they're quite compatible. Okay, cabin air filter. Yes, you should replace your cabin air filter every 2 years. Even if it's a gas car, you should, right? Windshield washer fluid. Refill is needed. $4 per gallon. Yeah, my gallon will last several years. Tire pressure check. Any car should have tire pressure checks. Okay. Tire rotations. For the Tesla, they recommend 9,000 miles. At least last time I looked, that's what it was. I usually do 10,000. Car washes. Yes, that is maintenance. I do that myself at home. Yeah. But I don't know. Okay. The cost for all that over 2 years, $119. Yeah. Okay. I've heard somebody said something about, but I heard tires get chewed up. Well, you know, here's the thing: if you're running performance tires are not meant to have long life, right? They're meant to grip the road, so they wear out quickly. No, I have regular all season tires. The tires on my Model Y are Continentals. They have 46,000 miles on them, and I'm nowhere near having to replace them. Okay. Here's the those performance wheels may look really cool. They come with performance tires. Those performance tires will wear out faster. When those performance tires wear out, and they will, replace them with all seasons. Okay? It's that easy. Okay. Special setup costs. This car is an EV, yes. So you have the potential that you may have to do something to charge the vehicle at home. Or it'd be wise to set up your car so you can charge your vehicle at home. Now, if you don't have a garage or you don't have a way to plug in at home, you should think twice before you go out and buy an EV. Okay, there may be better choices. All right, so yes, I do have a wall charger sitting right there. That costs $420. And it costs more to set that up. Yes, you had to have an electrician to do it. Yeah. Okay, whatever. However, you could also buy a mobile connector, basically what we think was a mobile charger, right? You can get a mobile connector. The price was $300 last time I looked up. It can be plugged into a 120 volt outlet. Now, there's a catch to that. You're adding 1 to 2 kilowatt hours per or kilowatt hour, 1 to 2 kilowatts per hour. Okay, so if you're using more energy than that, it's not going to charge up overnight, and you really kind of need to charge up overnight. Now, will it come close? Yes, it will, but it's eventually a downhill. I haven't gone back and checked the numbers, but it's kind of like right there where you really wish you had 240 volt. All right, so the other side of that is just the other side of my house entrance from the garage is where my dryer is. I can use the dryer 240 volt to plug in my charger. And that will charge it up in, 4 or 5 hours, which is more than adequate. Okay, as noted, I live in Texas. You can come up with various excuses. Well, Texas is an oil and gas state, therefore they have to penalize EVs. You could say that, well, EVs are so much heavier than gas-powered vehicles. Really? You think that Ford F-250 that's running down the road is 3 times lighter than my Model 3? Yeah, I don't think you know exactly what you're talking about. Or your math has some serious problems. But that's not the point here. The point is, yes, I do have special government costs, $200 a year at registration. It's equivalent gas tax, although that F-250 I talked about, they run what, 230? About 230 gas tax. I'm sorry, 130. They run about 130, $130 per year gas tax if they're driving 10,000 miles. I'm paying 200. Flat fee. Doesn't matter how much I drive. On top of that, I have to pay a $400 initial registration fee. I have no idea what that's for. It's just something let's do this too. There's a reason why Texas has the nickname of Texas. They like to tax us to death. Okay. Advanced Driver Assistance, or ADAS. The default course is Adopt Cruise Control with Autopilot. Forward collision warning. Automatic emergency braking. Yes. Obstacle aware acceleration. Blind spot collision warning. Lane departure warning. Yes, definitely. And lane keeping assist. Additional software. Yes, I have FSD supervised. Okay, crash test safety review. Now, to be fair to you, my window sticker did not have anything about crash test safety. You have to have NHTSA validate any testing. They do it or they accept your results? I know Tesla has their own testing facility over here at Giga Texas. Okay, so what I did was I just stepped back to the previous year and used that one. I don't see a reason why they would downgrade it. In fact, this car has if you were to ever look, they have a little hook at the bottom of the front door on each side where it attaches to the vehicle should you be in a crash. That's how much they care about safety. Does your car have that? No, it doesn't. Okay, so in the previous year, it was a NHTSA 5-star, top safety pick plus, mid-size luxury car, 4-door sedan, fully electric. Front overlap front driver, green. Small overlap front passenger, green. Moderate overlap front original, green. Side original test, green. Roof strength is green. Now, if you go back, check some other cars, you'll find that they're not green. Don't forget, this has a glass roof. It's part of the strength package. Head restraint seats, green. Headlights, green. Now, they are matrix lights, so they just released a package that will black out if there's a car in front of you so you don't blind that driver. No, I haven't really observed it. I just know it's there. Okay. Front crash prevention vehicle to vehicle, green, or 3 bars. Front crash prevention child daytime was not tested. I don't know why. I mean, I saw recently where there was a skunk walling down the road, and the Tesla system saw it. Front crash prevention adult, 3 green bars. Front crash prevention adult night, 3 green bars. Latch ease of use was A, yellow. Yeah, it seems like everybody has a problem with that. In testing, I put 20,000 pounds of force on the roof. Is that what the problem is? They put 20. Of course, if you flip the car over or something, I guess. I don't know. What I always go back to is there was a picture I saw once on the news where it showed a Model 3 and a Ford F-250 or 350 coming around the corner at each other. And for some reason, the Ford drove up onto the windshield. I don't know why. I don't understand why it happened, but there's the wheel right in the middle of the windshield, and the windshield's not cracking. That's strength. Okay. Avoided a collision on all pedestrian tests. Yeah, and latch easy use seems to be commonly an A for everybody. And I pulled a little bit of information from 2023. Okay. Yes, I need to go back and re-verify what NHTSA finally decided this car's worthy of. I don't know. All right, so USA content. Why do we even have to talk about this? Okay, but what? No, I have nothing to hide here. This car right here was made in Fremont, California. Yes, all USA made Model 3s are made in California, at least as far as I know. US Canadian content was 75%, Mexican content about 20%, motor assembly, Fremont, transmission assembly, Fremont, battery pack, Fremont, onboard charger, Fremont. Batteries, Panasonic's 2170s from Sparks, Nevada. Cars.com said this was the 21 most American-made car, or it ranked 21 on the list. The year before it was number 2. Okay. All right, so I have something called camp mode ability. May not mean anything, or won't mean anything to you, any of you who don't know what Tesla is, right? Can you turn on your AC remotely? Actually, it's not, I shouldn't say it's common, but it's not unheard of to have that in a gas-powered car. Camp mode. Camp mode is you can turn on the air conditioning while you sleep inside your car. It's not limited to that, but that's what it's for. Okay? Dog mode. Yes, I don't think you may not necessarily want to do dog mode in Texas, right? Because actually the law is kind of vague, but it seems to imply that a person seeing a dog trapped in a car is obligated to break the windows and get the dog out. Even if I have a display that says we're in dog mode, the dogs are fine. Okay. Remote defrost. Yes, you can turn on defrost mode and let the defrost run while you don't go out to the car. Yes, when my celebrity, an old gas-powered car, there's no way. I had to go outside. I had to first figure out how to get the door open, get the ice off the door, and then get the car started and let it run. All right, other issues to note. Plug and charge at Tesla Supercharger, yes. Phone app, yes. Remote start over internet, yes. With FSD should be Tesla Robotaxi ready. Summon installed as part of FSD. You haven't heard Summon? Summon is like you're at the Costco the Costco store, and instead of walking out to the car, you press the Summon button and let the car come to you. I mean, a lot of people do that as a test. Comfortable suspension with some firmness. It's one of the knocks that FSD had a while back, or Tesla's had a while back, was the harshness of the suspension. All right, yes, my hand's starting to get a little tired from holding the phone. All right, big turkey factor. This car comes with a rear screen that Big Turkey loves to watch YouTube on. Yes, it does require premium connectivity, but then again, I got premium connectivity because you also need that to do karaoke. Okay. While parked, Big Turkey will watch YouTube on the front screen. Yes, obviously. There are several play features that Big Turkey used when she was younger. I mean, she's kind of graduated to just watching YouTube videos. But she used to play, like, there was this green paint thing. She played with that kind of stuff. And of course, there's the light show. I mean, if you give a kid a chance, they'll get excited about watching the light show. Actually, I get excited about watching the light show. Anyway, that's there. All right, so I did lay out the score. I won't talk so much about the score. I mean, 37 out of 40 points is pretty good, but is it completely fair? So I don't know. But it's a starting point. All right, so for some of you Tesla protester guys, you might be saying, but you could use public transportation, meaning buses, right? And yes, Cap Metro actually services my area, Lago Vista, Texas, that is. And so They have it's not a regular sized bus. It's a short bus. They have two short, or they have, yes, two short buses. They have two short buses that run on half-hour intervals, or actually they run on hour intervals, which translates to us normal people that they have a bus ride starting every 30 minutes or so. Okay, it's limited use, although it's pretty much during the day, during the week, and some Saturdays. I'm not sure how much. So yes, that's possible. But let's think about it. They would give me a bus ride down to Cap Metro and Leander. Now, across the street from Cap Metro and Leander is HEB Plus. This is an HEB Plus, or HEB in Leander. Is it possible to go to HEB? Yes. Here's the catch. It's not 7 miles. It's 5 miles. It's 5 miles from my house up to Lago Vista City Hall. Okay? They do have Cap Metro pickup buses. So for an extra cost, yes, I could get a pickup bus to come pick me up, give me a ride up to Lago Vista Town Hall or City Hall. And from there, I could get the 214 into Leander. But it takes so long to make all that work. It's not really practical. I really, my daughter's one of those bus rider people. I know you have to be patient. I don't have that much patience. I don't know. It's not really practical if I have an alternative. My alternative is sitting right here. And it has FSD. So I'm not saying it's impossible. It's just it would add so much burden to my daily life. It's not really a useful discussion. Okay? All right. So, not to use this argument on me, but there are those people who share YouTube videos that show cars on fire. They say, "Oh, this is a Tesla battery fire." Okay. Don't get me wrong. Tesla battery fires do happen. It's been documented to happen. I have actually seen a video where the guy said he felt he ran over something in his battery, and his car started acting strange, so he pulled over to see what was going on. And shortly after he got out, yes, the car was engulfed in fire. Okay, fair. There was a guy somewhere in California, I forgot exactly where, but he'd recently bought a Tesla, and he didn't know about the emergency exit pull on the doors to open the door should you lose the low voltage battery system. And apparently his fire was far enough along where he had lost his low voltage battery. I'm not sure what he was doing. And it turns out somebody had to break the windows to get him out. Okay, so yes, it's not perfect. On the other hand, yes, it's one of those projects I have in mind. When I was doing the research for it, well, show me car fires. It showed me minivans engulfed in flames. Gas-powered vehicles on fire. Here's the bottom line, right? If you have a fire in your car, don't argue about it. Don't try to save everything. Just get out. Okay? If you look at the statistics, you're at a much higher risk of being in a car fire if you have a gas-powered vehicle. Now, I don't know. What if you pour gas in the tank, maybe you don't know how flammable that gas is? Is that what the issue is? Most of you don't mess with this stuff? I'm sorry, I grew up on the farm, or mostly a farm. Okay, so I mean, I was around this stuff. I know how flammable it is. And yet, to be fair to you, in public observation by me, I've only seen one vehicle fire. Now, it was a gas pickup, but in my lifetime, in my memory, I've only seen one of these. That seems pretty rare. Okay? And that's what statistics bear out as well. But I get it. YouTube videos with big fiery crashes get more views. If that's the way you determine your statistics, then that's the way it is. Okay, anyway. I'm just want to make a comment along those lines for those of you who have that argument. I don't know. Someday I'll have to create that video. I've been dreading it. I hate getting into this argument. It's kind of pointless. It's like arguing, well, wait, electric cars are very dangerous because they'll crash into people. Are you saying that your gas-powered vehicle will not crash into people? But nobody cares about it. It's just as unsafe. Okay? If you're going to use that argument, use it fully. Okay, whatever. Yes. At least at Tesla, they're working on it, right? They have the cameras up here that detect people in front of the car and take action based upon detecting people in front of the car. Okay? It's not a requirement, but people say it should be. Okay. Anyway, onward, upward charge. All right, so part of this video has a comparison system that I created. I created it, yes, but based upon on some of the values that I look at, tried to make it universal to some extent. Does it ask the question? No, it doesn't ask that question, does it? Do I fit in the car? Okay. Yes, I've heard that argument. I drive a pickup because I fit in it better. Okay. That's another subject, but it should be part of the criteria if that's important to you. Okay, whatever. But the bottom line is I tried to come up with a system that gives some kind of comparison value. Okay? And in my comparison value, this car in front of you scored a 37 out of 40. Okay? Now, I would like someday to have a Model Y refresh. I forgot what they call that. Anyway, I would like to have the similar Model Y standing next to this Model 3. And for all you people who wonder about it, yes, I'm 5'11", 3/4. Yes, I have to duck down to get into this car. Model Y is much easier to get into to sit into it from a driver's seat perspective. I'll give you that. And if that's the criteria for you, you should apply that. Get a Model Y. Actually, the Model Y launch edition, whatever. That car is so much better. It has all the features, although I haven't checked for the little hook on the bottom of the door, but pretty much all the features that you have in this Model 3 are now in the Model Y. If you prefer Model Y, get a Model Y. It's still the same basic argument, though, isn't it? So, the answer to all you people protesting, show me a better car. I dare you. And don't forget, price is part of the consideration. Okay? Don't come back and say, well, you get a BMW iX for $100,000. No. That's not better. Okay? I don't know. Anyway, we'll come back to that. I guess actually the battery safety thing has to come into consideration. We'll take another look at it, see what we can add in. But the answer to all you people who are out there protesting saying I should get a different car, the question remains, what car do you think is better than this one right here?